Happy holidays, everyone. This is Chef Tod Kawachi, the estate chef at STSUPÉRY Winery. I thought with the holiday meals coming up that we would take a little time to do a demonstration on how to actually carve your Thanksgiving bird or your Christmas bird that you might have on the table. And so I thought I would show you how I like to carve down the Thanksgiving turkey so you have a better idea when it comes time to present a beautiful platter for your celebration yourselves. You can see that the wings are still attached. A lot of times what I'll do is remove these and put them into the gravy because they have so much flavor. But a lot of families will fight over who gets what parts or their favorite bits as well. I like to put these into the gravy to actually steep a little more of that roasty flavor inside. Now the wings themselves, cut these off. There are little knuckle joints in between, but once it's roasted, it's a lot easier to remove. So just by pulling off here. So what I will do is take my my sharp knife and I'm going to make a couple lines and follow along right between the thigh and the drumstick and the breast. And so I'm going to do a slice down and another slice down on the other side. And then what you can do is take and pull the legs and the thigh out till they pop. And they will lay flat. And that kind of holds everything stable so your bird now doesn't move around quite so much, and it makes it easier to remove it afterwards. So just like so. And then also what I'm going to do is find the center keel bone. It's the main line here in the breastbone, and I'm going to make a straight slice on one side for the part of the breast over here, and then a little bit right over on the other side. So there'll be a line here maybe of about 1/4 of an inch in between, and I just follow that until it hits the bottom of the breastbone, and the other side as well, same thing. And so now that I've got those scored, I can go ahead and take my knife, and I'm going to remove the side of the breast by itself by just kind of taking my knife and aiming down to drag it against the actual carcass. So this is the rib cage that I'm removing half of the breast off. And I'm going to hold it in my hand and carefully cut it away. And then I'll set that with the skin side up so that it doesn't end up in the juices where the skin might get a little bit soggy. So you can see that it's nice and clean. All the breast meat is still intact on here. And I will do the same thing on this side. And I'm using the tip of the blade and kind of with long strokes as opposed to sawing or jabbing. I'm trying to just kind of pull that away. And there's two of the beautiful full breasts on the side. You can then on the side take out the wings. When you go and find the knuckle joint in here, you pull away just a bit and you can get inside to there. Here's one of the wings. And same thing, you'll find the knuckle, so you can remove that. Now the legs themselves, you can see that where the hip socket is, where they come out. So you just basically drag your knife straight across and to the other side. So now we have the thigh and the drumstick, the hind quarter basically. What I'm going to do is follow this line down and free up the drumstick. Now I know that's a favorite part for a lot of people, so we'll leave that separate. You can put that on. As far as the thigh goes, it's nice to actually remove the thigh bone. Find the thigh bone, and on both sides you're going to put the tip of your blade and kind of drag it through until you can get in and find the thigh bone, and you kind of remove it from all of that dark meat there on the thigh. And again, save all of these bones because they can go into your stock or your soup. So now I have some boneless thigh. Do the same thing for this side right here. You open it up, you can find the joint. Ooh. So now that we have boneless parts here, now you can switch or go to your slicing knife. And what I like to do is do some long slices. This is the thigh meat, the dark meat. And then I use my knife to kind of lift up those slices and arrange it onto the plate, onto the platter. So there's our thigh meat, the dark meat sections. And as far as the breast goes, as opposed to carving it on the whole carcass and then slicing it long ways this way, I like to treat it almost like you would like a chicken breast and basically just slice it like so. So using the full length of the blade, start and just slice through. When you slice it kind of against the grain like this, it's a nicer mouthfeel when you chew, when you put it in your mouth. It has a nice tenderness to it. And I'm trying to keep it all in line and keep the skin intact on top for presentation's sake. We'll do the same with this piece here. So we have the left side and the right side. All right, and as I did before, you can do the same thing, or you take your knife, slide it underneath. You can also use a spatula, put it right up onto the plate. Your platter. Now you can have your gravy all finished already at this point. From here you can arrange it as you want. You can slightly fan out all of the turkey to see how beautiful it looks on the inside. And then I would definitely recommend serving the gravy on the side as opposed to pouring it all over the top. That way everyone can kind of control how much they want. And you're also not covering up the skin that you have there. Now this is just one way of doing the platter here. So we have the dark meat on one side where it's easy to see. Everyone can access that very easily. You have the dark meat. They can fight over the wings. You can garnish this with any other herbs or things that you might have. I happen to have some beautiful rosemary, some sage. A lot of these can go into the actual roasting process of your turkey as well. If you put that into the cavity, you're going to pick up a lot of those wonderful aromas and smells. They might also be one of the ingredients that you put into your gravy. So something a little bit like that. And with some practice and maybe a few ideas here, this hopefully gives you an easy way to serve your Thanksgiving turkey with very little bones in the way, anything like that. You've got to separate it out between the white meat and the dark meat. And hopefully your skin is nice and crispy since it didn't get it sogged out from the juices on the board. And hope you give this a try. And hopefully this is a helpful hint for you. Happy holidays. Cheers.